So today we're going to talk about negative feedback loops and what they might look like with some real examples. So a negative feedback loop starts off with a stimulus. So obviously something needs to cause it. So what is the thing that initiates this response? For example, it might be your hand touches a hot stove. Okay, so that might be the stimulus. Then when you look at the sensor, so what's going to be sensing it? Now, there's a few different types of sensors, which is what I've written down the bottom here. So all of these are different sensors, and they sense different things. So we've got photoreceptors, they detect light, all right? So they're mainly found in your eye. Photoreceptors, thermoreceptors, that's anything to do with temperature, so heat changes. Chemo, that's more about chemical sensors within your blood and things like that. Mechanoreceptors is movement, and nociceptors, that is looking at pain. So they're the 5 different types. So for this example, if we keep going with the hot plate or the hot stove, the sensor is probably going to be thermo and nociceptors. So probably going to be these two because they both, you detect that temperature change, and then there's going to be some pain associated with it. So those are the two types of receptors that will be involved um, in this scenario. Now the control center, that's talking about the brain. Okay, so usually it's the brain that decides what to do with that information, and the spinal cord as well can be involved. We've got the effector. The effector is a thing that is doing. So this is a thing that is actually doing the response. So usually muscular. So for this one, if we touch a hot plate, the thing that's going to be taking the arm away from it is going to be your muscle. So you'll sense it. If thermo and nociceptors will notice that there is a hot thing there, and then the brain will be the control center, decides what to do. The muscles are the effector, and they take your hand away from that plate, and then that links with the response. So the effector is the muscles, the response is your hand taking away from the plate. And that's kind of all there is to know about negative feedback loops.